Welcome to the MagiReco news. I'm your anchor, there was yellow, bolder and bolder than ever. Our top story today. Mom is here. Oh my god, Mom is here. And she's brought us some treats along with that. First off, the maintenance is going to be on the 25th, as always. And, whoa, look at that. What is that? That's some treat right there. That's Spirit Enhancement for all the Suzune characters that were still missing it. And what is that? Oh, that's a new image right there. I don't think I've seen that image before. Oh wow, it's Chisato's 5-star uncap. Amazing. But even on her 5-star uncap with doppel and everything, she still doesn't get pants. Blame Gun. He's the artist. Anyway, so I'm just gonna very quickly go over this, give you guys some stuff. Of course, I'm gonna make an entire video about this, but if you just want to get the very quick rundown, apart from the stats, you can just see the stats and be like, oh my god, 3000 attack, that's crazy, but only 2000 defense. So yeah, I'm just gonna very quickly read out what they have at least written down here. But like I said, I'm gonna make an entire video about this. So Suzune, she gets critical stuff. What does it do? Well, for that one turn that you activated, she gets guaranteed critical hit and damage cut ignore. Hey, that's really good. That's actually really good. She has a lot of attacks, so she can make a lot of use out of that. What does she have? That's what is that? Burn Edge. Oh yeah, she can sometimes burn enemies by attacking for 2 turns. Okay. She has full gauge. What? But that is what sword that strikes in the space between light and dark has. Yeah, she basically gets a sword strikes in the space between light and dark as a passive effect. When her HP is full, she gets like 20% more attack. Hey, that's pretty darn good. And she gets at least 1 XL MP up. Okay, at least 1. Heck, that's good to know. So yeah, that seems pretty good. What else do we have? Well, we have the police. What does she get? Well, actually, she gets her doppel as well. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have to take a look at her doppel as well. I'm probably gonna put the video with her uncap probably in the same video. There, take a look at the spirit enhancement for them, so probably fits in. Anyway, so what she does is she does unarm or disarm. It's like her active ability. What does it do? Tries to seal all enemies. Okay, what also does it do? Well, it also like gives an attack down to all enemies. It seems like only going to be like 15% or something, not a big amount, but still, it's all right. What else does it do? She can sometimes bind on attack, which is good, bring those handcuffs out, but not in that sort of way. She also gets an MP up, okay, and she starts the battle with 30 MP, like 20% MP, which is going to be 30 with now with. If you have her on Magia level 5. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty alright. But once again, we're going to have to take a close look at all of these. What do you have with Alison, who already had a 5-star uncap, by the way. This is not new. She already had one. She gets blast damage up on her active for 1 turn. It seems to be like, what was it, 50% or something? I don't know. Or 45, something around that. What else does she get? She gets weapon adapt. Wait a second. Weapon adapt. That means 10% damage increase. Just a flat 10% damage increase. Okay, she just has that. What else is that? Wait, Blast Salutation? That's Blast MP. She gets Blast MP when she does Blast Disc. Amazing. It only shows 2 MP right here, but maybe she has another node of that. Although, because she's a low rated character and she only has 2 Blast Discs, that might be all she gets. She might only get like 2, but she might get like 3 or 4 total as well, but it's not going to be up to like 5 or something. That would be crazy. But Blast MP is decent, but nothing too amazing. And what else does she get? She gets like a charge damage up and charge disc damage up, so sure, whatever. So overall, these SEs actually look quite alright. They actually look quite alright, these SEs. You can probably do some cool stuff with this. But like I said, closer look. What else do we have? Well, we have a gacha for them, of course, because how else are you going to get them, right? So how else are you going to get Suzune and Chisato if you don't get their gacha? So you're going to get the gacha right there. Oh, by the way, what is that? You see that in the top right there? He's in the top right there. Now that's a different character. I've never seen this character before in the top right. That's weird. I wonder if that's gonna come into play in just a second. But yeah, this is a gacha for them. And if you're wondering, but Alisa isn't here. How am I supposed to get Alisa? Yeah, she's in the event store. Don't worry, they've specifically mentioned that she's in the event store. Nice. And if in case you're wondering, oh my god, the sword strikes in space between the dark. That in Memoria used to be one of the best Memoria in the entire game. Is it still? Not really. Like, the main reason this was once one of the best Memoria in the entire game is because it was so good for mirrors, to just one-shot stuff on mirrors. But with Spirit Enhancement and the characters that we've got nowadays, that's not really a big deal anymore. Like, yeah, Kyoko can just one-shot people on turn 1, sure. So can Yosuru, so can Mokyu, a bunch of people can do that. A bunch of other people as well, like, I think Nanaka, if you get lucky with crits, can also do that. Like, yeah, one-shotting people on turn 1 with Spirit Enhancement and with some decent Memoria, it's just something that people can do now. You don't require a Memoria like this anymore. And outside of just trying to rush down mirrors, this Memoria doesn't actually do that much. Because in PvE, you're not gonna sit on full HP for too long, unless you like do a complete heal setup. But if you do a heal setup, you probably wanna play defensive. So while the Memoria is still really good, it's still an amazing Memoria, it's nowhere near as extraordinarily powerful as it once was. It's now just a really good Memoria and not a top 1 Memoria. So yeah, keep that in mind. You don't, if in case you always wanted to have a sword, yeah, don't worry about it. You don't need one. What else do we have in here? Well, memorable flower. It's Mom! Look at that, it's Mom! And she has 2 huge, giant Excel discs that are completely spilling out of her disc set. Gun just does that. Blame Gun for not being able to keep it in his pants, and he always draws stuff like that. But yeah, she's got huge, giant, donk Excel discs. And she's a support type, because of course Mom's a support type, because she gotta support her babies. So that's a quick rundown of her character. Doesn't actually matter, because guess what? In the new event, it's a boss event, but they're activating auto battle for challenge quests. So in challenge quests, you'll be able to use the blue auto lap button on the new event on the challenge quests. Nice. Even though now you couldn't do that, they're going to implement that. Amazing. Okay, but yeah, back to Mom. So Mom, what does she do? She gives attack up on connect. She gives debuff shield once for 1 turn. And an evade chance. So the debuff shield does nothing if the character doesn't get hit by a debuff on that very turn where you're connecting. Okay, that seems rather specific. Okay. But in that case, they don't get debuffed. Yay. What else do? Yeah, the evade chance. So it's like guaranteed evade. Also does nothing that character doesn't get evade. So it seems like a very specific like connect that only does something if the enemy does something very specific. Like if the enemy needs to do something very specific, otherwise this connect is just an attack up. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a closer look at that when I do the review on her, so that's I'm gonna have to worry about how good that actually would be. What does her Magia do? Well, her Magia is actually kind of fucking crazy. One of the best Magia in the entire game, I can already tell you that. There's an AoE Magia that gives attack up and damage up, both to everyone for 3 turns. That's what Mikage does. And I keep going on about how crazy broken Mikage is. She does that too. She also does that. Granted, she's not an Exile Gorilla, so she's gonna have a harder time, but she does that. And you might be wondering, oh, but she's Fire type and not Dark type. Does it make a difference? It doesn't actually make a difference at all, because when you're playing support, what does it matter? What does it matter if sometimes there's an enemy Water type who you deal less damage to? You're a support. You don't care if you're sometimes dealing less damage, right? So on support types, you don't really care too much about their element, in my opinion. However, there is actually still something about her that does make you worry about the element, but not her element, the element of your friends. But we get to that in a second. First off, what else does it do? Because it does something else, because that alone, even though it's already crazy broken powerful on Mikage, that's not enough. She does something else. She gives critical hit to herself for 3 turns. We don't know how much, but she gives herself like 3 turn crit chance. Granted, her attack is not very good, but still, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Okay, what else does she do? Well, we actually don't see it right here, but her Doppel and her Personal, I think it's one of these down here or something. They have noted that her Doppel and Personal will feature Fire Element attack up for everyone, for the team. I think her Personal is probably an active that just gives everyone Flame Attribute attack up for like 1 turn, maybe 3 turns, I don't know. And her Doppel probably does the same right here, where probably these 2 effects get extended to 5 turns, like both attack up and damage are probably get extended to 5 turns. And then on top of that, probably a Flame attack up to all allies as well, which probably makes this the best buffing Magia in the entire game, in this case best buffing Doppel in the entire game, but only for Fire types. For all other elements, it's only as good as Mikage Doppel, which is also the best support Doppel in the entire game. So I think she's kind of really fucking good. That said, of course, yeah, she's a support that doesn't have that much attack and she gets crit to herself. I don't know, and she most importantly, she's not an Exile Gorilla, so she will have a harder time actually getting to Magia compared to Mikage. And of course, Mikage has Excel Draw on like a 4-turn cooldown on her Personal, which is absolutely fucking broken. 5 turn or something? Yeah, like a really short cooldown. Yeah, it's 5 turn, which is absolutely broken. So she's not quite as broken as Mikage in my books, But if you play her on a fire team, she will probably outperform Mikage on support, but in any other situations, you'll probably underperform compared to Mikage a tiny bit. But still, this looks like a fucking crazy support. What is with MagiReco recently releasing so many goddamn good supports? Anyway, I haven't even gone through all of her stuff. So her Spirit Enhancement active gives defense down to an enemy and a debuff shield to herself or something. Let me check that. So yeah, it gives defense down to a single enemy for 1 turn, and it also removes all debuffs from all allies. So it removes all blue icon debuffs from all allies. At least I think it removes all. Could just be that it removes 1 debuff from all allies if they have multiple. I don't know, but yeah, it just removes debuff from all allies, which is pretty good. So she seems to kind of be like anti-debuff. In fact, she has a passive called anti-debuff, which gives herself a 1-time anti-debuff shield. At least I think it's just herself. It's possible that this gives it. No, it actually, that's right. She has a symbol for herself. So yeah, it gives it to herself. She will ignore the very first debuff cast on her. Lasts infinite turns. So yeah, the very first debuff cast on her will be ignored. Awesome. What else does she have? Burn Edge. Yeah, she can sometimes burn enemies when she attacks. Looks very similar to Suzune. In general, Suzune looks very similar to her, just that Suzune is a way more aggressive. But the reason why they are rather similar to each other, at least in style, like they're both sword-wielding characters, they both seem to focus on Excel, they both burn enemies when they attack, stuff like that. The reason is lore. Like, there's a lore reason behind all of this, and if you've read Suzune Magica, you'll know why. But yeah, she's got Burn Edge. What else is there? Anti-Magia Seal. Yeah, Anti-Magia Seal is in here as well. Cool, because her Magia and double is really important, so it's good to have Magia Seal on there. Yeah, she seems to be fucking good. I'm gonna have to take a closer look at her, but you can already tell... Wait a second. Yeah, if you guys remember, the last 2 characters been released, there have been a bunch of really strong Dark-type characters because it was a Light-type Kimochi. But now we've gotten multiple really strong fighters, like Tsuruno Felicia we've gotten in there. We've got Yuri now we have Tsubaki in there, we've got Mom. That's a lot of really strong fire character, and they also, like Tsuruno and Felicia, give flame attribute attack up to everyone. And now she also gives flame attribute attack up to everyone. Is the next Kimochi gonna be forest type? Developers, I don't know if they've said it out loud, but is the next Kimochi gonna be forest types? We're gonna have to play fire types. I have a feeling it is. I have a feeling that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's also why Suzune has gotten her like Spirit Enhancement right now with her gacha, because you know when someone gets an uncap, or not an uncap, someone gets Spirit Enhancement, usually they also get a gacha. So they're running her together with Tsubaki next to Yuri. So now you have all of these fire types. Next Kimochi is gonna be forest type, so you can pick up Suzune, you can pick up Mom, you can probably not Judy. I don't think Judy's gonna do that well against the Kimochi in my opinion, but if you picked up Tsuruno Felicia, fire type teams seem to be on top of DPS right now. I think fire, I used to make jokes about how terrible fire is. I think fire is now the best element in the game just for pure damage output, because of just being able to stack a flame attribute attack up so fucking hard with a character that also gives Mikage tier buffs. That's kind of fucking crazy. So yeah, if you're looking for pure DPS, just pure DPS, Fire seems to be doing pretty well, but you need all of these characters. You need these specific characters. You need specifically Tsuruno Felicia, you need specifically Mom. So get all that wallet, guys. What about the Memoria? How great are the Memoria? Well, this one is okay. This one gives Magia damage up for 3 turns and Excel up for 3 turns. So you probably just pop this at the beginning of a battle when you get some good Excel discs, and then you use some Excel discs at the end of the 3 turns. Hopefully during the last turn you have this buff, you use a Magia. That's probably your goal, and for that it would actually be pretty good. You just have to hope that you keep drawing those Excel discs and actually get to Magia, because if you don't get to Magia in those 3 turns, then you don't get the Magia damage up bonus on your Magia, and that kind of sucks. But yeah, it seems pretty alright. But nothing too super amazing, at least I don't think. I don't know, I would have to test it out. I can't test out this Memoria right now. But yeah, it looks pretty alright though. And this one right here, which is very obviously not drawn by gun. Why? Because it's not loot as fuck, and because it uses a stock background. What does this one do? I think it like just a chance to bind on attack, and it also gives a little bit of damage increase. Who cares? But yeah, you also have the event. It's like I said, it's a boss type event, which means once again you're gonna have to battle for different nodes similar to Tard or the other Suzune events. You can't use the blue auto button on the regular nodes, but on these special challenge nodes you will be able to use the blue auto button. Awesome. Saves a lot of time. So apparently, by the way, people have wondered, is Kagari, this girl right here, is she gonna be in there as well as a new playable character? So far not. But some people have said it's possible that she gets a second part gacha, because, you know, during the very first Tart event, they just announced Tart and ran Tart, and then like a week later they said, and now we're gonna run Liz during the event. So one event had two new limited focus 4-star magical girls, but they ran one after another. It's possible they're doing the same thing right here. I know Tsubaki's gacha lasts for the entire duration, but they could still fit in another gacha. However, there have also been other people that have scoured some tweets from Gun who said, I didn't draw any magical girl art for Kagari, and people have taken that as, oh my god, if he didn't actually draw anything for Kagari, like as a character-wise, then we might not get it. So it's still up in the air. If you wonder, maybe I want to draw for Kagari instead, you might want to wait a week to see if there is an announcement, and like a week from now, when the event has already half gone past and there's still no news about Kagari, then you can just assume it's not going to be a Kagari. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, it's just a boss type event, regular stuff. These two more give drop bonus. Okay, this one's probably going to be from the store, where you once again see Mom and her kids. And yeah, as I said, you can get other stuff from the store. Amazing. Yeah, that was that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys next time.